At 5, 3 people have been arrested after a police chase through North Portland. Tonight, the charges they're facing after illegal guns were found. Plus, this church in downtown Portland has been demolished. The space has been vacant for years, but a recent fire destroyed it. Ahead, why the suspect says she started the fire. And later,
looking back, we didn't realize exactly how old this was going to be.
A new discovery by Oregon State University archaeologists is giving us a new understanding of ancient life in North America, saying some tools are thousands of years older than originally thought.
This is KGW News at 5.
Welcome to KGW News at 5. I'm Christelle Kumwe. We begin tonight with a traffic alert. I-84 is now closed in both directions at the I-205 interchange for TriMet construction. The highlighted section of the map is what we're talking about. Westbound drivers can detour onto I-205 in either direction. Eastbound drivers will be detoured onto I-205 South, or you can get off before exit 6 and take surface streets. That section of the highway will be reopened at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. All right, let's get to meteorologist Joe Ranieri. And Joe, it was dryish with a little sprinkles. What can we expect for the rest of the week?
We had some sunshine in, kind of mixed in.
And a rainbow that we saw earlier.
And I'll bring that rainbow to you coming up in just a few minutes, Christelle. But yeah, we definitely saw some kind of quieter conditions to start off the weekend. And heading into your overnight hours, we'll start to see another system bringing in more widespread rain showers. And with those rain showers, we'll also see the winds pick up a little bit, especially along the Oregon coast. But out there right now, we're seeing a temperature of 46 degrees. Winds are pretty light coming in from the east-southeast, about 13 miles an hour. But the closer you get into the Columbia River Gorge later on tonight and into tomorrow, you'll see those winds pick up again. But we are looking at some drier weather for at least the time being. As we zoom out a little bit, you can kind of see parts of southern Oregon, northern California are seeing more showers. And that's really been the weather story the last several days. The series of storms have just been hitting basically northern California and central California as well. And that's going to continue the next couple of days. Here in our area, we're not going to be seeing an intense amount of rain, but we will be seeing rain showers on and off heading into tomorrow and a good part of next week. But rainfall amount so far since midnight, just about 1/10 of an inch throughout parts of Vancouver and Portland. Along the northern Oregon coast, Astoria, you've seen close to 1/4 of an inch of rain, and over in parts of Tillamook, you've seen about 1/4 of an inch of rain. Temperatures right now are relatively mild for this time of year still. Right around the upper 40s, almost feels, I wouldn't call it spring, but definitely above average for this time of year, and that's going to be the case here the next couple of days as well. Down in Salem, you're seeing a temperature of 50 degrees. Medford in southern Oregon, you're looking at a reading of 53 degrees at this hour. So I have Futurecast stopped here early tomorrow morning. You'll start to see some widespread rain showers early tomorrow morning, and then by the time sunrise rolls through, we'll be seeing some drier weather. But I also have it stopped about 9 o'clock. We'll be seeing another round of showers. So we'll get a little bit of a window of some dry weather, but we'll see more scattered showers by tomorrow afternoon. I'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
Sounds good. Thanks, Joe. New tonight, 3 people were arrested for attempting to flee police late Friday night in North Portland. During the chase, PPB says the suspects drove erratically and went as fast as 100 miles per hour in residential areas. Authorities had to use spike strips to stop them. Portland police say the suspect had 3 loaded guns and a high-capacity magazine. The 3 suspects, ranging from 20 to 22 years old, were booked in the Multnomah County Jail. They're facing multiple charges, including attempting to flee police and unlawful possession of loaded firearm. No injuries were reported. And with that, a piece of history disappears before our eyes. Crews began demolishing the old Portland Korean church on Friday. Authorities say the building was desperately in need of a renewing after a fire earlier this week, making it so it was completely unsafe. Dozens of people watched as the work got underway, some hoping to preserve or salvage part of history at the corner of Southwest Clay and 10th. A 3-alarm fire tore through the building Tuesday night, leaving essentially a burnt-out shell, though firefighters were able to save the house next door.
There was only exterior charring. They made entry into the home and they were fighting the fire at the church through an elevated position through the home's window. The home is moderately damaged as a result, just some charring on the outside, but an incredible save. I mean, I know we're only on January, what is it, the 6th? it's still the save of the year, for sure. They did a great job.
The suspect appeared in court Thursday. Nicolette Storer told detectives she heard voices telling her to light the fire. Storer also reported taking oxycodone. Also happening in Portland, local public school leaders are trying something new when it comes to efforts to curb gun violence. After recent gunfire near multiple campuses, officials have created a new solution they hope will prevent or at least discourage future drive-by shootings. Catherine Cook has the story.
Slowing down traffic. That's the goal behind these new barriers outside Jefferson High School. You'll find them along North Commercial Avenue between Killingsworth and Alberta. They form choke points, forcing just one car to pass through at a time. Portland Public Schools asked for the barriers. Portland's Bureau of Transportation teamed up with the city's Community Safety Division to put them in. They say it's a response to recent gun violence near the school. Last fall, police responded to 2 shootings near Jefferson that left 2 students injured.
I've heard them, yeah. It's really disturbing.
Tom Kramer lives in the neighborhood. He's glad to see the barriers.
I think anything we need to do to reduce gun violence is a good thing, and I think it makes a lot of sense.
So I don't know how much of the drive-by shooting. I think it was more so just to slow down the traffic.
Either way, Kenny Montague is pleased by what he's seen so far. His 2 sons go to Jefferson and he coaches here. He's been waiting a while to see safety improvements around the school.
I see they trimmed the trees. Before, these trees weren't trimmed, so at dark, it was very, very dark. There wasn't lights over here. So they are trying to change some things.
Gun violence near schools is not unique to this neighborhood. In December, police responded to a shooting outside Cleveland High School that left a teen injured. And this isn't the first time the city has tried traffic calming methods to curb gun violence. A little over a year ago, PBOT installed these orange barrels in the Mount Scott Arleta neighborhood in southeast Portland. They hoped they would slow cars down that might have been involved in a crime. Back at Jefferson.
I know parents, coaches, we've all been out here doing our very best to try to do what we can.
The city says these installations are just temporary. They plan to study how they work. If they're no longer needed, they'll take them down. Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Police are still investigating the shootings outside Jefferson and Cleveland. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Portland Police Bureau. Tonight, we also have more information about the teacher arrested for allegedly sexting a student. Shelley Leatherwood, a teacher at Mountain View High in Vancouver, appeared in court Friday. She was already facing a charge of communication with a minor for immoral purposes, and now another was added, attempted sexual misconduct with a minor. Leatherwood was ordered not to have any contact with minors as she awaits trial. Evergreen Public Schools have placed her on leave. Police are asking any other students who may have had inappropriate contact to come forward. Oregon State University archaeologists discovered tools that give a new understanding of the timeline of human life in North America. For example, spear tips unearthed in Idaho are about 3,000 years older than what had been already thought before. Tim Gordon has the story.
Oregon State University archaeology teams have been carrying out expeditions in west central Idaho for more than a decade, unearthing clues about life at Cooper's Ferry along the Salmon River Canyon. It is these projectile points, or spear tips, razor sharp and ranging from a ½ inch to 2 inches long, that are so telling about the people who came here to hunt, fish, and gather.
This record is notable because now we've realized it extends back to 16,000 years ago and probably a little earlier.
Professor Lauren Davis has led expeditions of students to Cooper's Ferry all this time. A few years back, they found bones and other items that gave them evidence of human life arriving here roughly 3,000 years sooner than was previously thought. Now, carbon dating of these sharp hunting tools confirms it and shows how advanced those native peoples were early on.
To hold something in your hand that's that old, to think about, someone actually took a block of rock and they, through a whole sequence of steps, turned it into this spear point I have in my hand. It's really pretty amazing.
In collaboration with the Nez Perce tribe and the Bureau of Land Management, Davis and more than 200 students have spent thousands of hours carefully clearing the dirt, discovering signs of the first human life in the Americas, right here in the Pacific Northwest.
Looking back, we didn't realize exactly how old this was going to be, but I hope that a lot of those students now, or ex-students, are now thinking about, they were part of something pretty magical, and it was rather special.
Tim Gordon, KGW News.